to the meeting to order at 7:01 p.m.
No, Erica?
Nope.
Oh.
So, welcome to the Aaron Cutler Memorial Library Board of Trustee meeting for May 8th. My name is Donna Ferguson. I'm the chairperson. We'll go around the table.
I'm Vicki Varick, the library director.
Laura Dion, trustee.
Jennifer Ford, trustee and secretary.
Alan Sandler, alternate trustee.
And absent tonight is Jeff Larson, and Erica Charbonneau. They are not here. And we have Russ, of course, our cable guy. I always forget to introduce you. So Russ, he's been recording this. Okay, so everyone had a chance to review the agenda items. So the one that you sent out are actually the agenda items. She just doesn't have the motions on them.
Okay.
Okay, which, you know.
I'll share with you.
Yeah, she'll share with us. So, but we all reviewed those and we're good. So the minutes from April 10th, everybody had a chance to look them over?
Mm-hmm.
Any discussion or revisions that we need to make on those? No? Okay,
No.
so, I have those.
Okay.
Yeah, because I printed those out
Oh,
right
yeah,
before.
yeah.
I was able
Gotcha.
to. So I'm gonna make a motion to approve the public minutes from April 10th.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alan, he can vote? Yes? Yep, you.
Aye.
Okay, so that's 4-0-0. And you had a motion, everybody looked at the non-public, unsealed on non-public minutes. Any discussion on those? Okay, so I'll make that motion to approve the unsealed non-public minutes from April 10th.
I'll second it. Oh,
Go ahead, Laura.
I'll second it.
Laura, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, 4-0-0. We have no board correspondence, and we don't have any public input tonight. Good. Okay.
So the sheets that I've left on the table, the only sheets you have, are the treasurer's reports. So get to that spot here. So I had the one spot last month that had a 0 in it that wasn't right, so I corrected that. So those are fixed. So that was the current balance of the fines and fees checking account.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually $16,114.93. So that one you already saw. And then this one I did today is for this month. So our current balance in the town appropriation checking account is $79,337.05. We're at 24.8% spent. It's a little low, but we are submitting 3 payroll reimbursements tomorrow, so that'll beef it up a little bit. We had 2 manifests. 411 was $5,053.29, and 418 was $5,416.24. If we go down to Board of Trustees fines and fees checking account, we have a current balance still of $16,114.93. We had 2 manifests. 411 was for $511.99, and 418 was for $18.30. Under the special fund balances, we paid for a book out of both replacements and multiple copies. And then for the insurance settlement, there's no change there except, 3 cents in interest that we that we got. So the current balance is $896.35. And just as a reminder, again, the actual manifests are in the Google Drive, your Google Drive in the shared account. I did give you a year-to-date page as well. So it has all the individual line items for the 2023 budget, what we've spent year to date, and what percentage we're at. So electricity's not looking real good. Is that the one we looked at? Yes. And what was the other one that was high? Custodial supplies. We've spent 61% of that budget. So Russ is a cleaning demon. I'm telling you, he's so awesome. And I don't think this budget has been changed for a long time. So between him doing more and the cost of products going up, you know, we'll have to find the money somewhere else in the budget to keep
Sure.
him going.
That's good though, right?
It
This
is.
Alexis
Probably-
said he's amazing.
He's probably cleaning things that haven't been cleaned in a long time,
Yeah, he
which is
is.
okay though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
'Cause-
it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, is there any discussion on, any of those reports that Vicky submitted? Does anyone want to make that motion
I'll make motion
to?
to approve,
To accept the,
to accept them,
Oh, you know, why don't I
Yeah,
do this,
do it.
because I have this right in front of
Okay.
me, how about that?
and I'll second it,
I'm gonna make a motion to accept the April's treasury report pending audit.
and I'll second it.
Laura, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, 4-0-0, no opposed, no abstained, and I'll make that motion to accept the May treasurer's report pending audit. Anyone want to second?
Second it.
Jen?
Yeah.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and any opposed or any abstained? Nope. Okay, 4-0-0. Update on the signature bank, signature card at the bank.
Erica's not here, so can't talk about that one, but I'll
Okay.
talk to her again about getting in and getting the paperwork going so that we can get
Okay.
you on as the second signature.
Okay,
I have trust fund balances as the end of 2023, but I couldn't get online today, so
Okay.
we'll save that
Yeah.
for next month.
Okay. Okay, your report.
Alright. Here to the next part.
I'm gonna have to find that miscellaneous folder in the Google.
Yeah, I'll help you with that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, I do have everybody's new Google address now except for Erica, so I will check in with
Okay.
her. The state library survey, the state library report was completed and submitted. So I got to check that big thing off the list. I have on here some information about a certified overdue letter that's going to be going out. So we have a patron who has long overdue items with a value of $235, and we've sent letters, we've made phone calls, and we hear she's going to bring them in the next day, but they never show up. So our policy then is to send a registered letter, and the reason that's done is because after, I think it's 14 days after the date of receipt, so we get a receipt back from the post office. If the items haven't been returned or they haven't been paid for, then we turn it over to the police department. I really hate to do that.
yeah.
You know, that's why we always go out of our way to try and get through to people. But, so once it goes to the police department, then kind of technically we're out of the loop. They have to return the items either to the police officer or let him know they're bringing them in, and then we let them know if they've come in or if we've gotten payment. And if that doesn't happen within 10 days, I think it is, and then they can issue an arrest. But that is an RSA. It's RSA 202A25 detaining books. So it's
Mind-boggling.
yeah. And so we have it set up years ago for any bill like that, $75 or more.
Okay.
But
Like how
We'll
long
go
do you
to the
have to
police.
go to have a,
That's what I was
well, it
thinking.
really only has to be 2 months.
oh, okay.
But it's always a little longer as we try and
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and you know,
get the person to
you
come.
just have to drop them in the box, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't even have to come inside, you know,
Right.
yeah.
So, and sometimes, I mean, I can only think of a few times over my 24 years that we've had to do this, and sometimes we'll get some things back, and sometimes they don't have them anymore, and they don't want to admit it. So, just kind of floats there like that. But,
Right.
So that will be coming up, just so that you're aware in case, you hear about it.
And now, so that, I mean, that's a lot of money, $235. So would they have to pay that all at once? Unfortunately, at this point, they would, right? Where
Yeah.
before, they could have said, look, I'm short on the money, I
Right.
can give you X amount of dollars,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, because every bill says that.
Right.
Payment plan's available,
Okay.
but once it goes to the PD, we can't offer
that's-
that.
Yeah, that's too bad, right? Because you could have worked with them, and now it's a bigger thing than it really needs to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Update on the summer reading challenge. So the theme is all together now. So it's focuses on community relationships. And I think I mentioned before, we have the fire department coming in 1 week to do some things. The police department's coming in. We've got, I think maybe more than one animal shelter that's going to be coming in and working with us. The health department for Greater Nashua. So all kinds of little cooperations happening. So far, we've received $850 in donations from local businesses to help fund all of this. And then, of course, we're getting gift cards in and stuff too. So that's great. Alexis would like you, if you happen to use the square tissue boxes.
Like
you
these
would-
little square ones like this?
Yep.
Oh, I use those all the
You would
time.
save those for her.
They need
And
them
you
for a
can,
project.
and you
Yeah.
can fold them, break them down so that
Okay.
they're flat.
And paper towel tubes?
And
Oh,
paper
I'm
towel
a big
tubes.
paper towel.
Well,
girl.
all right. She'll be
Especially
happy
when
to
we
hear
use
that.
Oh, I'll save those,
Yeah, because she
absolutely.
needs those for a couple of projects for the
Mhm.
summer.
As a matter of fact, we were saving those to like burn in our wood stove, and I think I have like a big thing of them.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'll just,
hot dog.
yeah.
That'll be like Christmas, put a bow
Yeah.
on top.
Here you go.
Oh, and the children's room decorations are going to be very bright and colorful. It's all different colors, and multicultural
Mhm.
representation as well. So you should be seeing a nice pop of color down there. She's also partnering with Greater Nashua Smart Start Coalition for Early Childhood Success. They're the ones we got the $3,000 grant from last year. They're going to hold a couple of pop-up events during our regular events to give families information. And their big thing right now is they have a kit, which they're also going to be donating to us, that's valued at around $300 for parents to be able to kind of test their kids on their developmental milestones. So they'll talk to them about that there, and then hopefully with the kit, we'll be able to check that out to people too. One of our residents, Stacy LaMontagne, who owns City Moose Catering, she is donating a bunch of grocery items that we need for different things during the summer.
Oh, nice.
Like last year, Jen donated, I don't know how many gallons of hair conditioner.
Conditioner.
I think did we need it for slime, or
yeah,
I don't know, it was
or
something.
Oblique, whatever that oblique.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, black.
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that might
yeah.
have been it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So,
Nice.
another thing we appreciate. So just to kind of give you an idea of what's scheduled for summer, we've got the wildlife encounters coming again for 2 sessions, like we had last year, 2 sessions in one day on Wednesday, June 21st. Then the Animal Rescue League is coming Tuesday and Wednesday, June 27th and 28th, and that's just a kids program. We have New Leaves. They're a folk duo and they do covers. They're coming Thursday, June 29th at 6:30, so that's being promoted as for all ages. The fire department is coming the week of the 5th, and if things go the way they talked, but Doug's not with us anymore right now, he had said that they could fill the lawn with bubbles. So we all know
Okay.
how kids love the bubbles, so we're looking forward to that one. And then the police department comes the following week of June 11th, and it'll be a touch a cruiser kind of thing, talk to the police officer, but we also will have a little crime that kids will be solving out on the lawn. Yes, is it a honey heist? I think it is. So, you know, who stole the honey? So there may be some paw printing, I don't know, but it will be fun. And then the Nashua, we got all the letters here, Department of Public Health and Community Services, there we go, is providing supplies to do make-your-own lava lamps to help children deal with emotions. And the UNH marine docents are coming again this year to do a program on lobsters. That's July 20th. And then our finale is juggler comedian Bryson Lang. He'll be here on Saturday, July 29th at 1 o'clock, and that's another all-ages program.
Right on the lawn.
Yeah. Yep. Unless it rains. We're trying to get a rain date in there. Otherwise, we'll look for an alternate location if that happens. So, Adult and Teen Services, they're busy with getting all their summer reading things planned out as well. Ben should have his calendar available for me this week. He and Alexis both assisted in doing the Patriot Code of Conduct, which we approved last month. And then we went through, and Alexis pared it down into that short list I talked about, which I think is later on in here. So all booked up, we've got some numbers there. We had all the numbers for the kids too. I just kind of breezed over that, didn't I? Everything's still, oh no, they're not there. I don't think we did that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, it's down farther. So all booked up. We had 8 people. We started offering that Wednesday night again because it had been requested, but it doesn't seem like anybody's coming, so I have a feeling we'll just pair that one off again. So, but he is still making it available on Zoom if there's anybody that wants to join in but can't come in. So, In Stitches had 12, Unraveled 2, the DIY felt succulents. There were 7 at the class and 14 take-homes. And I don't know if you saw, there's still some bags down there.
That was fun. I
Did
came
you?
to
Yeah.
class, yeah.
Yeah. And they won't die, so.
And the cat won't eat them.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the best part. 22 with yoga. He had 10 people here for the game on. We got the Nintendo Switch from the New Hampshire Gaming Library. I'm sorry, I got those mixed up. 5 for that and 10 for the Game Fest, which was the board games. Children's Department, I already mentioned a couple of things there, but while I was on vacation, Alexis met with 2 members of the Litchfield Community Church. They were doing a report for their church, and they came in to discuss ways that perhaps they could collaborate with us. So it seemed like it was a productive discussion. They're willing to help fund a program. They said, we could hold something in the church itself if we needed a bigger space.
Nice.
And that's, nice and close. And they also talked about the church purchasing or finding free, really is the ideal, books to give to kids this summer. So it will probably be the first 50 to sign up or something like
Like a
that.
surprise,
We'll get a book.
yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. And her programs, of course, are going strong. Storytime ends next week for the spring, so that she's got time to get ready for summer reading, which starts June 20th. So that'll be a month, and there will be again. Woohoo!
Yeah, busy summer.
Yes, fun stuff. Her vacation week went well too. They had made for Earth Day the Earth, and it was inside of a hollowed out paper plate. That was cute. She had a couple of relay races. She had 47 children participating in Lego challenges on those 2 days, so that was great. And she also participated in we participated in the townwide Easter scavenger hunt. So I think I mentioned there was a little miscommunication about what was here, but we did have 25 kids come through, so that was also nice. Lynn is helping with summer reading events, getting all the bins put together for each week, and helping out with different activities for both groups. And let's see, everything else is about the same there.
Right.
Yep. So, upcoming programs, we've got the poet, photographer John Dolman coming May 17th. That's a Wednesday at 6:30. And then the plant swap on May 24th. That's a Wednesday also from 12 to 3. So if you have any plants that you have too many of, whether it's vegetables or flowers or any of that kind of thing, you can bring them and either just let people take them and go your merry way, or you can find some other things that you like as well.
For those programs that are up and coming, do we put them on the website, post it on Instagram? Like where would people find them?
Yes, they're on our calendar, and yeah,
On the
they
website, okay.
yep, they go also on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything else I already spoke about. So just a reminder, the library will be closed for in-house training this coming Friday, May 12th. I already mentioned story time. The tent for summer gets installed on June 16th. It's always an exciting day. And the library will be closed Thursday nights and Saturdays in July and August. And that's that. For that. Any questions?
Nope.
Alrighty.
We are good. Do you want me to read this?
If you like.
Or do you usually do that?
I will if you like.
Go ahead. New business.
Okay, Building and Grounds Committee, pavilion updates. So Donna and Alan did meet with the Board of Selectmen on April 24th to talk about where we're at with the pavilion and let them know that, you know, we have just one viable quote. They were concerned that we didn't have more than the one, so they instructed Donna and Alan to talk with Jeff Blackwell to get a contact list for some other contractors. So they did contact them. How many were there? Like 5?
No, there's only 3, and
Oh,
we received
I'm
them
trying to-
from Jason Brennan.
Oh, okay.
So when we asked Jeff
Okay.
if he was gonna get us a list, or we'll look into it, and we haven't heard from him since.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, so,
All right.
yep.
So,
And out of the 3 that we contacted, we only really got 1 quote. Right,
Yeah.
that's all we received.
so one of the people that was on the list is Dave Kidwell, and he's actually the carpenter that is part of the bid that we have already.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
does that like count as a second?
No,
No.
because
No, okay.
it's all part
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
one,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
And
too
then,
bad. Okay.
we had another contractor who said if we really needed a quote, he would give us a quote, but he won't do the job. He's too busy, so.
so, yeah,
But
they said
yeah.
that they needed us, for us to get 3 quotes.
So,
Which one?
they also found out, because if you remember, part of what they were gonna ask about was if we could use some of our ARPA funds to cover that $10,000 deficit that we have. Unfortunately, what they found out is we don't have $50,000 in ARPA funds. In December, the Board of Selectmen voted to use all the funds for the fire engine, which is perfectly fine. That's their, this was just, the CIP committee was putting together their recommendations.
Right,
Just-
right.
It was just a little disconcerting that nobody thought to tell us that.
Especially since we emailed the CIP committee, they could have come back and said, we asked them several questions, and they never came back to say, oh, by the way, it's
It's
been very
spent.
appropriate.
Yeah.
And actually, they only really set aside that money. The selectmen never approved the use of that money for us.
Gotcha.
So, We were a little taken back.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a shocker, right, Ellen? Yeah,
It was interesting.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Now, they did find out that there's some interest money from, that was earned on the ARPA funds that would be available. It's not quite as much as what they said in their meeting. I met with the town administrator a couple days later, and she verified that we do have about 17,000 left in impact fees that we can use, which is what we thought. And so the plan is to go to the May 22nd meeting now and just give them the update on who we've heard from, who we haven't heard from, and ask that they accept our
Our
bid
our
that we
quote,
have,
yeah.
because we
That's-
are unable to get any others. So, Kim seemed very positive, and that we're gonna get this done. So, like, okay, I'll hold you to that.
Right.
So,
I don't know how long ago the one bid that we have, like, I don't know how long ago we got that, like, is that still a good bid? Or like a
We did
valid
talk about
bid?
that, Ellen and Vicki and I.
I believe that it is, but
Okay.
as soon as we know exactly where we're at after that meeting with the selectmen again, how much money we still need and blah, blah, then I'll get back in touch with them.
Gotcha.
I mean, he knows it's slowly going through the works, but then we'll have good information
Right.
to update him with.
Then we'll know what we have and what we'll need to raise or whatever, cause, there might be a little, we don't know.
Mm.
So I'll have to put on our thinking hats to say, how can we do that, if we need to?
That's the next meeting.
Yeah. So start thinking.
Yeah.
I'm already
Just in
thinking, like,
case.
how much was the tent? 1,600?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Or 15, something like that, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for building and grounds. Any questions?
No.
Alrighty. So then, the capital improvement plan committee report just kind of, reiterates a little bit of what I just said, so the funds are not there. Kim did say the committee had met the week before, I think, but I still didn't see it on the calendar. I don't know.
And don't you think they should invite you if you need to be at that meeting, or are you supposed to just look and say, oh, I need to go there? I mean,
And I don't know
I
if
don't know how
we
that works.
needed to be at that meeting, but they definitely want some information from us for their June 5th meeting.
okay,
So first thing is, we need to resubmit our projects just in a narrative description form, since, they're old now.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, the group had some conversation about how the library is not the same as the town or the school. I mean, obviously, in that you guys are the head honchos, but not the selectmen. We don't fall under the selectmen. But also that any projects we have, trying to hit $50,000, which is their threshold for a project, is difficult. And that was why they allowed us to try to bundle things together.
Mm.
So instead of that, they're looking at giving us a different threshold.
Oh.
So they would like input on what that number should be. So, let the discussion ensue. So, the only things I offered while talking to her was, if we look at what we've already submitted,
Mm-hmm.
and we look at just security issues, that's the upgrade inside, and the cameras outside, that's
Mhm.
about $13,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the carpet, the whole carpet replacement and everything that entails, that would definitely be high.
well, yeah.
So it's kind of,
And so are we still waiting on from the Tucker Interiors? Did they give us a number yet or no?
no, we haven't gotten a number from
How
them
long
yet.
does that take?
Well,
Is that
they're super busy, and
Oh,
I had
okay.
told her, because she knows it's not something that's gonna happen
That would almost.
soon.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, yes, don't put us to the front
Okay,
because we're
okay.
under the gun. It's,
Gotcha.
yeah. So it's, is it $7,000? Is it, because I can see where 10 could be too much in itself.
Right,
Right. I
You know,
was
if we
thinking
didn't
like
have
low,
those two
yeah.
things to put together,
right. The biggest one, I think, is gonna be replacement of the carpet throughout the building, because
Yeah.
there's just so much involved with that.
Right.
It's like, when you put carpeting in a room in your home, everything comes out, right? So, yeah,
but this is, to look forward at the projects that we would have in the future too.
right.
Like at one time, we put the granite steps in out front, and at that time, I think that was about $10,000. That's usually where our stuff is.
So when they
That's
give
the-
like so let's say GMS, right? They get a $50,000 threshold. So where does that number, like, do they just make that number up, or is it a percent off of what they?
No, it was a
Because
number.
it's kind of hard to come up with a number if there was a mathematical equation, we
No,
could input
right,
ourselves
right.
into it.
Yeah.
It was a
right?
number that they made up the last time this group formed. So
Okay.
prior to that, it was $10,000
For the library.
for everybody.
Oh,
And so
okay.
we rarely submitted anything because we didn't have things that were that much.
Okay.
So
So you want to submit a number that's you could hit
Right.
that they will grant, and you're
Right.
getting something rather than not using anything.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
And we just guess at that number because that's how that goes.
I was gonna say,
Seems
could we
like-
just say
Just
like
kinda-
5,000
You
and
cut
they'll
to
be
the
like,
chase.
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
just trying to
Or like-
understand.
So you hit it right on the head.
Educated estimate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, am I just hearing this right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
you are.
I mean, and then, it is for a capital improvement, so you kind of tend to think of that as being a little,
And
that
should it
type
be
of-
for one item? Because
it could be. If,
But will they still allow you to bundle if possible?
I don't know, we'd have
Okay.
to talk to them about
So this is
that.
where lowering it, if you could try to use it
Right.
for one.
So that's why you're thinking $10,000, but if it goes over a little bit, are they gonna allow that as well?
Oh, yeah, it can
Okay.
go over.
So it just has to
It's
be.
just what
okay.
our minimum is to
Okay.
get in the game, so
Yeah.
to speak.
So would 10 be too high?
I guess if you could still bundle, I was thinking 10,
Right.
but if not, like, could you say 5 or 7 or?
Well, you had said 7, so it sounds. I mean, you've been
Yeah.
doing it long enough. Is that where you start, and then at least you know you can
Right,
hit that?
You
There's
would
always going to be
think.
something here to do.
yeah, 5 or 7. It's just, it's not that often that we have something, like when we put this mobile shelving in and put that under there, that was bigger. I mean, it certainly wasn't 50, but it
Right.
was over those two numbers, but
Right.
those kind of things don't happen that often.
Right.
But,
Do we need to come up with this figure tonight, or that's gonna be based on the meeting with the CIP?
well, they want us to recommend
You have to
something.
suggest a number at that meeting. I
Yeah,
think,
and
right?
that meeting is before our next meeting.
Okay.
So we could
So you're saying
suggest
5
7?
to 7? Do you just go in the middle and say 6? I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
if
Yeah, I
sort of-
mean, we can,
Kinda just-
definitely talk to them about that. 'Cause I
Okay.
don't know if
6,000
they've got
would-
an idea
Well,
or not.
if we get a ballpark on what the rugs would cost, that way we're right in the range of.
But that's so high,
Well, that's
though.
gonna be a big
That's-
one.
And that's not how it's
not
gonna
a
be every
problem.
year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
she's thinking like of,
The steps, which were 10,
Right,
right.
okay.
But that's another big thing too. 'Cause most of the things are gonna be small, like,
right.
the one, the TV, right, the exterior security, that's,
That's up there, that's 10.
well, the
right?
ADP quote, right,
Yeah.
that's 10,000,
Yeah,
so yeah,
but
maybe.
the, like the irrigation, what was that?
I think it's 7 something, 7,025.
Right,
So that's lower,
Mm.
so, and certainly, one of our other things was to take care of the office downstairs to
Right.
try and make it more functional yeah, and that I wouldn't think that would hit 10.
You
Maybe
could
it would. It
Probably
could.
would probably hit, I mean, you could hit 5 pretty
Oh, yeah,
easily.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
that's why I was
Yeah.
thinking kind of like, I like Jen's.
six.
the
Six.
six.
Let's go
No,
with 6.
it's right in the middle,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Okay,
yeah,
that's
I mean, we can say we were looking at 5 to 7.
5 to
and-
7, 5 to
Yeah.
7, and see,
And
maybe they'll
see-
say, how about 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, or,
You know?
I don't know, give a little extra guidance too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
Should come
good.
in
We
with
don't
that.
need to vote on that, no, because we're
No.
just gonna go and
Yeah.
recommend that,
Yeah.
okay. All right, perfect.
I think that was.
So will we have to
it.
get together and write a new narrative on those descriptions?
Yeah,
Okay.
on the projects, yep.
So, okay. I think we'll have to, Jeff's on that committee too, right? Isn't, I believe he is.
I think he is,
Yes, we'll have to get him involved with that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Gets us to the finance committee, which, this is about impact fees. So some of the information that you two heard at that meeting, was changed. They talked to legal afterwards and, got some,
Because they
different
told us at that
answers.
meeting that they were expiring rather quickly, and we needed to like jump on these, get these
Gotcha.
quotes in there, you know.
right, they, at the meeting, they made it, they thought,
So real
That-
quick, there
oh,
is
yes.
a motion on here to
Oh.
recommend the figure for the
Oh,
capital improvement.
yes. we
Where
can
was
do
that?
It is
On
right
the
before we get to the
agenda.
finance
Oh, well,
committee.
they did. Good
Yeah,
job.
Just
So-
put 7.
I'm really putting the secretary hat on. I'm trying my best.
So why don't you
Thank
make
you.
that motion, go ahead, since you saw
Okay,
it.
motion to recommend a figure of, can we say 5 to 7? Okay, 5 to 7 to be used for the library's capital improvement project thresholds.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed or any abstained? Okay, 4-0-0.
Thank you, Jen.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I just.
No, that's good.
That's good.
Keeping us on our toes.
So at the meeting, they made it sound like the money that we've already encumbered for the pavilion, which is a little over $31,000, that a lot of those individual fees that make that number up were gonna be expiring towards the end of the year. And so we needed to get moving so that we could hold them instead of giving them back. However, after talking to the town attorney, he said, no, as long as the selectmen have voted to encumber them for that project and you are working towards that project, doesn't matter that they've expired. So the other question that we were gonna ask them about, the impact fees was that about $5,800 that we already have encumbered from years ago for part 2 of the building program. If you remember, we talked about that part 1 is so old now, we would need to start over. But he said that in that case, they can't be repurposed if they've expired. So those fees are gonna be offered back to the builders. So, the long and short of it was then, if you're getting towards the end of the life of your fees and you've encumbered them, and you know you're not gonna move forward with that program, as long as you ask for those fees to be used for a different purpose before they expire,
Oh,
that can happen.
The key
But
is
if it's
before they
after
expire.
they expire, you can't change the purpose.
gotcha.
So, that was good information to have.
Mhm.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's too bad, I wonder when they expired, those,
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Probably a while ago.
yeah, probably, yeah.
And let's see, that was, that one. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're on to, nothing on the personnel committee, business.
Oh, yeah, the ethics policy renewal, Erica is not here, and Ellen, have you signed yours, your renewal?
I thought I signed it the first time. I signed it again.
Okay, I'll check, I thought I didn't see it, but if I don't have it, I'll just shoot it over to you. Okay. Alrighty, I know you've always signed it in the past, so.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then we had the review of the reconsideration policy, which you don't have before you because of our bleachers. But I just wanted to bring it up because next month it's June, and that was our fun month last year. And so it's a
So
good
much
idea.
fun.
It's a good idea if you read through it and know what's what. So, you know, mainly if somebody comes to you with a concern, you direct them to me. You don't give them your thoughts and your whatever. They come to me. That's part of the process. We talk. I have a form for them to fill out, a packet of stuff, and that starts the process.
Where can we
Okay.
find that policy to review, Vicky?
That's in the Google Docs also.
Okay.
It's under operating policies. So just be a good idea to look that over again, just to be familiar. And I also, when you get this, there's a link to a LibGuide from the state library on censorship guidance and resources in case you're just interested in looking at anything else. Alexis is also attending a webinar this month on program challenges, so that's a good thing to know about too. Any discussion on that?
No, we don't need to vote on this because this is
No.
already in place, right?
Right, yep, so already there, just making sure we're all on the same page. And, like I said, Alexis did do the short list for the patron code of behavior policy, which is in the packet you don't have the right link for, so I'll make sure you have the right link. And you can look that over.
Can you see, which one is this the short list right here, this?
Yes,
Right,
goes down there, yep.
the short list 1 through 15.
Well, it's a lot shorter than the policy was. It fits on one page. That's the, you know,
Okay.
that's the key. Oh. Next.
The budget committee schedule for 2024?
Yes, the budget schedule. They usually don't get that out until August.
Not the
So,
budget committee.
not that, yeah.
Yeah.
But we have it already. So our first meeting is always with the Board of Selectmen, and we are scheduled for October 5th at 7 p.m.
No, aren't we?
What?
No, we're November 11th with the Board of Selectmen. That's the third week, right? Right there at the
No.
library. Isn't that right there? Library? And
I'm
then-
looking at the, oh,
That's the budget committee.
I'm sorry,
with
I
the-
flipped one too
yeah,
many
that's okay.
pages.
Okay. Like, do you have a different packet than me?
That's what I thought for a second.
November, what is it?
So it's
11th.
September 11th
September 11th,
is
yeah.
with the Selectmen.
Yep, with the Selectmen.
Which is our board meeting. But, I think we can go after our board meeting.
Okay,
I think that would work, because there's a lot of people on the list, so.
sure.
We just make sure ours is done in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, and they're
then
at
we can go to
6:30,
that.
yeah, we can just move right along.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. And then the budget committee is on October 5th. And what comes after that? Then there's just a list of all the other little
Hearings and.
things that, yes. When warrant articles are presented, so that would, if we end up with a warrant article, that's December 14th. And
Oh, yeah.
deliberative sessions are on here too, but they're a little to be determined, so it's a little far out for that.
Yeah.
But at least we've got the major dates, so we can try not to have other things in the way.
Tree planting update?
Tree planting, so Kate Stevens, I don't know if she came with other people, I'm assuming so, but I didn't see her when she was here. So she planted 6 saplings out there past the fence. They're in 3 groups of 2, with the idea that they're not all gonna make it, so, that way, hopefully we'll get some viable
Cool.
juice out of it. So, yes, that's great.
Okay.
And I've heard that the garden committee, not the garden committee, the old garden club that's financing the garden committee to take care of our stuff is gonna buy us some new hoses. So, we're happy about that. And Russ will be happy about that too. Apparently he mentioned that.
That we needed new hoses?
Then Alexa said, oh, Kate just said that. We're looking into that. So, yeah, so that's good. We're all on the same page.
Good.
So that's our update there.
Okay, so we're gonna go into non-public, so. I need to
And
do
we
this-
have no business
Yeah,
after
that, we're
non-public.
all done. So do we make
Thank
that
you.
motion now or wait till he's done and then
Yeah,
do
you
that?
can.
Okay, so, non-public session per RSA 91, no, I'm gonna make a motion to go into non-public session per RSA 91-A:3, number 2, for the dismissal, promotion, or compensation of any public employee or the disciplining of such employee. I made that motion. Anyone want a second?
I'll second it.
Alan? Okay.
It's a roll call vote.
Okay, Laura, how do you vote?
Aye.
Jen?
Aye.
Alan?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So 4-0-0. At 7:48.
I was just gonna say, where are we putting time here?
7:48, yep.